Hello, guys. Welcome to Rezo Edge VFX, your premier destination for mastering visual effects with After Effects and Blender. I'm your host, John O'Harry, and I'm excited to share my visual effects expertise with you. So, whether you are a beginner that is just trying to dip your toes into the world of VFX and start off VFX career, or you're an intermediate user that is trying to, refine your skills in VFX, our tutorials are designed to cover everything that you need to know from 2D compositing and motion graphics to 3D modeling and animation. Now, the VFX visual effects industry has grown and is equally a rapidly growing industry over the years. This is where art and technology converges together to produce high-end and stunning visuals for films, TVs, advertisements, and a lot of other aspects, including prototype designs and all that. In the heart of this are softwares like Blender and After Effects that are being used to create this magic. After Effects is actually industry standard for motion graphics, compositing, and visual effects. And Blender, on the other hand, is a free 3D open source software that has a lot of functions inside, ranging from 3D modeling, animations, compositing as well, simulations, sculpting, and a lot of other things in 3D. It's like a Swiss Army knife for a 3D artist, right? So we're going to be going into step by step to show you how you, as an someone that is going into the visual effects industry, that is starting your journey with me, how you're going to master these skills and use it to drive your visual effects. So let's go. When After Effects, and I'm using After Effects 2024. So, but it's just there's not going to be much difference from yours if you're using within the past 3 years of After Effects. There's not going to be much difference. So, this is the interface of After Effects, and we're going to be handling a simple composition today. We're going to be compositing a simple visual effect shot today. Now, how do you do that? You go to File. On top of it, you're going to import your project into After Effects. When you import your project, it shows up here. Your project is here, but it shows up here, and you can bring it into here and work on it. So you click on File, click on go down to where you see Import, go to File, because you're importing a single video project, and you locate your project. All right, and for mine, I have to go to where it is. We're going to be using a simple composite, just using a simple shot, and we'll click on import, and it takes just few seconds. It imports it in. All right, the video is here. Then we'll import other elements. What we're going to do is we're going to composite these are some people that are in a romantic setting, so we're going to just composite some petals, falling down from the top, as they are having their romantic moments. All right. And yeah, we equally make someone's hair catch fire as well. So we're going to import some things. We have imported the video. We're going to import the petals we want to composite there. And we're going to be using just these two petals. We select and press Control and select the other ones. And you bring them in. Then again, you go back again and you import, go ahead and import your fire elements. So I'll just quickly locate mine. It's somewhere here. I'll locate my fire elements. This is the fire I want to use, just maybe to place on someone's head. So first and foremost, you import all the elements you need. All right, because After Effects is used for compositing different video elements into one. Okay, so you first of all you take your base elements, which is the video you are working on. This is where you see the information of the video here, right? You can see it's a 4K video, and you bring it into the composition by holding it and dragging it, and placing it over this place. All right, I usually prefer using new composition from footage, so it takes all the settings from the footage and applies it into your composition. All right, so this is it. It's just like a 1 second clip. So this is the area where you can scroll through and watch the video, right? So you can see just simple video of people kissing, and now you just want to um okay, let's bring in the petals that we want to fall down from the top. So the first petal is this, right? You take it in and you drag it. Now this time around you drag it over the video. Okay, you drag it over the video and it creates another layer here. So this is where all the layers you are going to be layering videos on top of each other are going to be here. You're going to be seeing it here. Now we have layer one, which is the petals. Layer two is the raw video itself. Okay, so these petals are this they are on top of, they have to go on top of the video to show. If you put it under, if you take this and drag it under here, you will not see. The video hides the petals. Okay, so keep it on top of the video. Now the petals are too big, so what do? You go to this arrow here and you click on transform, and you see some of these settings. These are the settings where you actually control the petals. All right, and you have to go and change the scale. Scale means how big or small something is in visual effects. So you bring it in, is reduce the size, click and hold and drag. That's what I'm doing. Click and hold and drag. Click on the number, hold and drag. It brings it in big or small. So I can leave it at 15, and yeah, so you can move it around. You can see it's now sizable. And you bring in the second petal. This is a single petal. You click, drag it above, I mean on front of the video too. It layers itself on top of the other one. So that's how it does it automatically with After Effects. It layers itself on top. So you click on this arrow, click on the transform, go to scale, reduce this, click and drag to your left and reduce it a little bit as well. So this is a single one and these are all grouped together, right? So now you have brought in the petals. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and make these petals, fall down from the top. Now there is something else we need to do. You see, these petals are all grouped together, right, as one image. Okay, they're all grouped together as one image. Okay, so if you're wondering how I'm scrolling in and out, I'm using my middle mouse button to scroll in and scroll out, so it goes in and comes out. So I need to separate these petals into single petals. So how do I do that? So I'm going to use something we call the masking technique, right? So I'm going to go ahead and first of all duplicate this layer that has the grouped petals. How do I duplicate it? I'll use a shortcut known as Control D. Control D. Now I'll press it like, let's say, okay, I want to make each of these petals 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I'm going to duplicate it 5 times. I've done 1, I'll do it 2, I'll do 3, and I'll do 4. So that will be 5 petals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So each of them will represent 1. So I'll go to the first one and go up here. You see where we call the pen tool. The pen tool is used to mask out something, right? So you click it. Masking is just like cutting out something. Cutting it, some of you know what cutting is. Like you cut out each of these one after the other, right? So you click on this icon, and please make sure if this is not selected, make sure it's selected roto bezier so you're cutting out to be smooth. So I'll cut out this one. I'll start clicking around it. Click around, click around, click around, click around, click around, click around, and this is totally cut out. You'll not see it now, but it's cut out. If you want to see it, you can click on this button here. It solos out just that layer and blocks out every other layer, so you can see what happened in that layer. So you can see it solos it out, and that is cut out perfectly. Good. Then you click the next one and you cut out this guy. Cut him out. Make sure it doesn't affect the other neighboring one beside it. It's cut out. Click on the third one. You cut out him as well, separately like that. It's quite straightforward. Then you click on the third one and you cut them out. You cut it out rather. You click on the last one and just let's cut this all together, because we might not, just for the sake of tutorial, we don't want to go so details on this. Then all of them are now separate. So after cutting, please click back your selection tool, or you press V to use back your selection tool, so that you're out of your pen tool that you're using masking, right? Good. So each of them are single layers, and if you want this mask to disappear so you don't mistakenly drag something like this, click on this sign so it disappears and everything is back to what it is. Fantastic. So they are all single now. So we want this thing to drop down from the top as they are making their romantic gestures and all. What we're going to do is simple. Okay, Now we'll take these petals and move it a little bit up, just here. Take all of them up so that they all fall down at different times, right? Take them all before down at different times. Uh-huh. They all fall at different timing and different locations. Okay. Sorry. So they all fall down at different timing and locations. Now, what we are, I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I would want some of these petals to go behind the head of this girl, right? Just for the girl, all right? You can apply you can do it for the guy later, but for the sake of the time of the tutorial, I'll just show you how to do it for the girl. So for that to happen, you have to click on the layer of the footage itself, and you have to duplicate it. Every time you mask out something, you duplicate that thing to create a cutout that you use to cover up the effect and place something behind that person. So you are going to click on the layer and press Ctrl D to duplicate the layer. Now you are going to still use the pen tool, go back to the pen tool, and draw a mask around the girl's head. All right, just a simple mask around her head, but just make it very close to her hair, very close, very close, very close to her hair, something very close to there. It doesn't have to be perfect, just around the area that you want it to pass through. Okay, so something just like that, just close to her head like that. Take it in like that, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, if the petal is not going to go through these areas, you don't have to try to perfect it. But if it's going to go through that areas, then please perfect it. Please perfect it. All right. Now, yeah. So we've cut out the girl. She's on her own layer now. You can solo her up to see her, right? Now, when you cut out someone, you are going to have to. If I press the solo layer and I press this, you see the edges are sharp, all right? You need to press go to this and go to this mask, and you click this mask. Just keep dropping the arrows down till you see the mask options here. Then you go to feather. Feather is very important, all right? And you click on feather and increase it to like maybe 10, right? And you see the edge gets softer. But I like to always feather as much as I can to get it softer. So we'll go to like something like 30. 30 is a very good option. So you collapse all these things back and bring it back. So, and always make sure to click back on this to get back to where you were. Now this girl, she is now a mask layer, but you have to take her and place her on top of every okay, not every, just leave her where she is first. Now let's drop these things down. Okay, now while we're dropping some of these things down, we are going to just animate this to move from here downwards like this. So basically this one will go behind the girl. Okay, just to go behind the girl. So since we have identified that this petal is number 4, it will go behind the girl. So we'll take this petal and we're going to bring it down here and put it under the layer of the girl that will mask. Okay, you can call this mask we created. Please let's right click and rename it to girl mask. Okay, girl mask, so you can be more organized, guys. It's very important to organize, so you know it's girl mask, and this is a petal that goes under the girl's mask hair, right? Good. So we can go ahead and now drop these petals down to fall down from the top. How do we do that? We'll click on each of these petals, and we open up their transform the transform option. You see this? Then we'll animate their positions. So how do we animate? We click on this stopwatch beside this position, and you can animate all these things, right? Position is their x and the y axis, how they move. X axis is like this, and their y axis is up and down, right? So you're going to animate their y axis since they are falling from top to down. This is the same thing with rotation. Rotation is just one single axis since it's a 2D thing. So it rotates like that. And opacity means how invisible or visible that they are. So we're not going to touch opacity, right? So we're going to animate the position. So you click on this stopwatch to start your animation to create a keyframe here. A keyframe is like how you save a particular point in time where that thing is. So in this point in time, this thing is saved as at this position. Okay, I want to call it keyframe the location, the rotation as well. So as it's falling, it has some rotations to it. Okay. So, but you see, the rotations will be off because this is called anchor points. You see where we call anchor points? Good. So this anchor point will determine where the anchor will hold while it's rotating. That's why you see what will rotate. It rotates in a funny way. It's rotating around this anchor point. Okay. We don't want that to happen. So we are going to move this anchor point by pressing the shortcut Y. Y will change your cursor. Your cursor changes to this color and this sign, and will move it to the center. The anchor point always has to be at the center if you want your rotation to be done properly, or where you want it to start from. Okay. The same thing with this. We click on these two and move the anchor points to this. All right. Move all the anchor points to be at the center, including this. The anchor points should be at the center if you want rotations to look good. So move the anchor point to be there. So this holds at the center while it's okay. This is good, and this has to bring it down here to be here, right? Good. Then after which you click back to this option, all right, and you are back to where you are. Now we'll take this. We are going to, at this point in time, this petal is up here. We're going to bring it. We're going to scroll to the ending part of the video, and we'll just bring this petal to fall down. All right, just bring it down to this part. Just it goes down there. Yeah, just goes down. Maybe it stops here, right? It stops there. And okay, no, let's do that. Then the keyframe automatically adds another keyframe for you. That's the beauty of After Effects. It saves the keyframe automatically, so you don't have to be always pressing it by yourself. And as it's going down, please change the rotation too as well, so it rotates a little bit, not too much, not like crazy, just something a little like that. Now if we go back and forth, you see that it falls down with some rotations to it going down, right? And it seems like this is a slow shot, so it falls down that way. Okay, good. So yeah, I just add a little bit more rotation, and that's what we'll do to all of them. All right, so you click on this, go to the beginning, you close this, and this is the second layer we selected. You bring down the transform option, and you animate the position by clicking this and clicking the rotation as well. This creates keyframes for the both of them, and you go to the end, and or just to make it random, you can start from here and you just rotate it a little bit. So in visual effects, imperfection is the digital perfection. So you drag this down again, not just here is fine. It just falls down a little bit here, and you add some kind of rotation again to it, like that, as it's falling. So you see both of them are falling like that, right? And you do the same thing for each and every one of them. This one as well, the layer. This is the layer for it. You click this, click on transform, animate position and animate rotation. Sorry, you have to always start from the beginning. Okay, start from the beginning, animate position and rotation, and you bring this thing up. Sorry, let's clear it, and we'll take it up. It has to come off screen. Okay, remember this black space is not part of the video. So you click position and rotation, then go to the end of the video, and you drop it. Okay, now remember this one goes behind the girl, so you see it goes behind the girl. So it's just, let's stop it here. Okay, so it goes behind the girl because we masked the girl, right? And we'll do this for this as well. Go down here, go to transform, add what are we adding? We're adding keyframing position and rotation, just the same thing. Okay, and we'll drop this down with some rotation, some nice rotation, but this goes there front as well, and you add some rotation to it, some good rotations to it, and same thing happens to these guys too. You just click down here, click position and rotation, add some initial rotation to this guy here, and go to you have to always go to the beginning, go to the beginning shots, reset back to the beginning, go to position, rotation, add some rotation, and go to the end, drop down another one. Good. And just add extra rotations to it. Okay, just so it's random. All right, and maybe bring this up a little bit. Now remember, each of them shouldn't be falling at the same rate. Okay, See, this one is here, this one is here, this one is here. They're not really at the same places, okay? So that there's a little irregularities of how they are falling, if that makes sense. Then the last guy, you click him, and you do the same thing with transform. You go to the beginning. Don't always remember to go to the beginning, guys, and take this up. Position, rotation, add some rotations to it, a little rotation, then go to the end, drop it. Right. Drop it. Maybe just drop it down here a little bit, like this. Yeah, something like that. Then you rotate it a bit more. Now we are done with animating this. Okay, so we can now play this, and see, you can play this and we'll see how it actually looks. I'll put up the audio and we'll play it. Good. So you see, so it falls down that way. This one goes behind the girl. Oh, by the way, the mask of the girl is a little bit off because you know when you mask the girl, you have to track it to her head. If not, you see when she moves, it goes off and it cuts it off at this point. You can see, right? So the right thing to do is after masking, you're going to go click here, click on mask, and click on mask. Just right click on mask. You right click on it. You see track mask, right? Track mask. Click on track mask and see this option here. Just click on forward track. Click on forward track. It will just take a few seconds. Just track the girl's head, just roughly. This is just for rough tracking, okay, so it doesn't go off. All right, okay, it still goes off, no problem. Press escape to cut it off, press Ctrl Z. Then what you do it manually. Okay, this is a very simple shot, so it shouldn't take you much time. Click on this stopwatch for mask parts. All right, this enables you to equally add keyframes for these mask parts. So you scroll to where this is, then click on one of these points and match it back to the girl's head at this point. Okay, remember you are doing this, just what is more important is where the petal is going through. Okay, it's not for everything, but where the petal is going through, then you adjust the mask to just to look good around that area. Okay, yeah, got it, right? We've got it. So yeah, and the petal should go through there with no issues at all. So yeah, we know what we're doing now. So yeah, just adjust the mask there, and yeah, collapse it and press this, and the mask is hidden, and the mask, you can see it goes behind her. Right, now we have done this simple animation. Okay, done the simple animation. Now something else you might want to do is these petals are too sharp. They are too sharp, so we're going to click on any of the petals. Let's use for this, for example, is too sharp, and you can see this, nothing is too sharp here, so it stands out. Okay, we're going to go to the effects, look for this effect and presets, and we'll search for camera lens blur. camera lens Camera lens blur, and we'll click on it and drag it over to this, and it adds a 5 pixel blur to it, but it's not enough. We increase this blur radius to like 20, and watch as the petals blur out a little bit. Yeah, we increase it again to like maybe 30, and we can see it's trying to blur out a little bit. Now it's a high resolution petal, so it might take a little bit time to blow out, but it's definitely softens it. Okay, it softens everything, and yeah, at that rate we can proceed. We can equally increase it to 50 if you feel like it's not doing much. You can increase the blur radius. Okay, and that should blur it out a little bit more. You can see it's now soft, right? So, or you can increase to 60, depending on, just do it as good as your own scene looks, right? Good. Then once you have done that, you can click on this and press Ctrl C to copy the effect. Click on this, hold shift and click on these other ones to select everything, then press Ctrl V to apply the blur to all these other guys. Okay, And when it applies, it should soften the whole thing for them, right? You can see it's now a little bit more soft for them. And the same thing for the one falling on the girl's head. Click on it and press Ctrl V and you apply all that. So guys, so this is how you composite petals falling down. This is how you composite petals falling down. And it falls down to here, all right? Good. And just, I don't want this tutorial to be long. I'm going to, on the next tutorial, I'll show you how to make her head on fire. But first of all, let me show you how to cover these black areas so that you don't see these things in your last product, your last production. So you press go to layer, go to new, create a new solid, right? The new solid, make sure the color is black. If it's not black, set it to black, press OK, press OK. Now the solid everywhere becomes black, right? You go to this eye icon here, click on eye icon to disable it temporarily. Then you have to select this rectangular mask tool. So you mask out the area you want the black to be showing alone, and mask out, carefully mask out to cover, to fit into the exact mask of this, and to the exact mask of this as well. Okay, so make sure that's happening there. Once you have done this, these are the only areas you permit the black solid to be showing, so you can enable the solid back on and it covers those areas. Okay, always remember to click this to reset your pointer. Now when you are playing, well, sorry, click on this first to make sure your line disappears. Then when you now play, you see this thing falls down from there and it goes down off screen. Fantastic. So guys, this is the final product, and you see this is how you composite petals falling down. Now if you want, you can equally add some motion blur by clicking on this toggle switch. Okay, and you see motion, this sign is for motion blur. All the roses, click and select all the petal roses, click and hold shift and select all of them, and click and control and select this as well. These are all the petals. Then click on this layer to activate motion blur. So After Effects automatically calculates the motion blur of your animation, of your animation of the petals from top to bottom. Automatically to calculate it and apply it to your, click on this to get this enough, so that when you play back, if it's going so fast, you see the motion blur applies there as well. So guys, this is how you composite a final shot in After Effects of petals falling down. And I hope you guys enjoy this, and the next tutorial I'll show you how to place fire on the girl's head or in the guy's head, and track it properly to make his head burn as the petals are falling down. And see you in the next tutorial.